Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. You join us back in Newtown and we've got quite a bit of stuff to get on with today. So we're just arriving back where our Pathfinder is. I don't actually need to exchange any goods, but what I am going to do is I'm going to build yet another buggy. And this buggy is going to have a very particular focus. So currently all of my radiation protection is produced here in Newtown. And I keep getting these mini quests to drop off new radiation protection for the likes of Medici and a few of the other regional places. So we need to make sure that that is changed. And I'm going to do that by making sure that Crimson Canyon and Medici have a persistent supply of these items. So looking here, we're producing 10 activated carbon masks per minute and 9 rubber gloves per minute. That'll go up once we get some electricity, which is going to be hopefully one of the focuses of today. We now have our electronics workshop up and running, so we're going to build that here, and we're going to need to boost our population a little bit, but I don't really want to go too far into it. So we're actually going to unlock some additional research here, and we are going to actually, we can't do that. We can. We've got steel, we've got glass, we've got copper cable. But do we have any steel in stock? Are we actually going to be able to upgrade some of our buildings? So looking here, we've got 47 lots of steel, we've got 28 lots of glass, but how much does the research actually cost? So the research is 10 of each. So we might be able to eventually build like an extra house. So this boosts the settler capacity, and it's an expanded social hut. So I guess it's an upgraded hut for us, which is good because we can change from these huts to houses which have a increased population, and it'll stop me having to continually build houses, which would be a bit of an issue. But looking over here, I only have 8 huts currently, so I could actually build a few more. So we can build one here. There isn't a nearby town centre there. We can build one here, but they will be in range of our brickworks there, which I don't want them to be. Now over here, again, no nearby market. Same with there, no nearby market or town centre. There, that is nearby. So we can put one here. And we also can put one here. But what I'll do is, once I've researched that, I'll research my market. So the market will be very useful to expand the range of our houses, because I'm probably not going to be able to build all of the huts that I need. We're short on bricks here as well, so that's something that we're going to need to be aware of. Looking over here, they want us to build a wishing tree. Now, is that something that I've researched, or is it something that I'm going to need to look at? No, it's not research, but what do I need for it? Iron. I don't think Rolph sells iron, but we will take a look. Let's have a look then at what we need to build our... We've got the copper mine there already unlocked. Electronics workshop, right. That needs to be near the production of rubber and copper. We can put it near to rubber, but we don't have copper production here. So we'll stick it down here. Not going to be near copper because we don't have a copper mine. That's a lead mine. But we can get that done. We've got a sickness there as well. So what I think we'll do is, we've got pharmaceuticals being produced here in Medici, and they are able to kind of cope with the demand for that. So that is good. If we find the pharmaceutical laboratory, which I think is around here somewhere, wood cutting lodge, scrapyard, the recycler, the swamp farm, maybe it's down here. There, no, that's a material depot. Swamp farm there, paper mill, food depot. We've finally unlocked the house there. There's the pharmaceutical laboratory. So that's producing 9 per minute, which is good, but it could be better. We could build a second one though, because I think we have the ability to do that. So let's build a second pharmaceutical laboratory. Now this might mean we have to boost a few things here and there, but for now, actually, if we do make use of this natural gas power plant, that might be better for us. So let's take a look at our electricity. So we can build electricity poles which connect buildings with the power grid. We can actually build a wind turbine soon enough as well, or the relay station. Now the relay station is necessary for only buildings connected to the relay station, blah blah blah. The connector will link the power grid of a zone with that of a wasteland, but to do all of that, to build out on the wasteland, we actually need to build another vehicle, and that vehicle is called the Titan. And that might be something that we can't. Oh, it's not the Titan, is it? It's the Pioneer. Now that's a construction vehicle. So if we actually unlock that once we're able to, in fact, where is it? There's the Pioneer. So if we do that, and then we just need 25 units of iron again. So we're going to load up here. We're going to load in a load of activated masks because I think, yeah, recently we traded a load of rubber gloves with Rolph. Hopefully we have a quick look. I don't know if he has iron, but if he does, that'll be really, really useful. Right, research. Let's get something else done. Let's research the market. That was what I wanted to do. And then we're also going to look at researching. There was something else that I wanted to do. The hospital is something that we could do. The crematory is the next one that I want to do. So if we build one of them, it'll make what's going on here? What's wrong with you? My new buggy is done. So we can go to our transport routes. We're going to set up a brand new transport route that is going to go from Newtown to Medici and then to Crimson Canyon. And when it gets to Newtown, when it's at Newtown, it's going to load up some rubber gloves. And I want it to load up 10. And I also want it to load up 10 rubber gloves. No, not that. Let's remove that. We'll remove that, we'll start again. So Newtown, then Medici, then Crimson Canyon. We are going to assign this buggy to it. Then we want them to load in. We want them to load in 10 masks. That's done. And then we want them to load in 10 rubber gloves. Then when they get here, they're going to unload 5 of them. And they're also going to unload 5 here. So they load up 10 and they unload 10 in total. And then they'll go back. But we're going to need to increase the amount that we are making in Newtown. So that is now underway. That's going to go between those settlements, load and unload, and we should have Newtown looking really good. Looking over here then, let's have a look. Rolph has got iron. That is very, very promising. So let's take on as much iron as we can get with this trade. I'm going to increase it until I can't take any more. Then we're going to complete the trade, leave the trading post, head home with this iron. And then we can have a look again at our research, because if we research this pioneer, get that up and running. But first things first, we really, really need to start producing with our lab here, trades and crafts again. We've got the electronics workshop there. That is now up and running right there. We're going to put a couple of people to work in it, which we can't do until we build another house. Can we upgrade one of these then? Let's have a look at this hut. We can upgrade one and we can upgrade another one. That's good. Right, so we're upgrading 2 of our huts once we've got someone available to do that. We're doing some more building all over the shop, which is great. We're going to just add in a little road here just because I want to. That will hopefully get built soon. That hut is now being constructed, which gives us 12 more population. And then over here, this hut is getting its upgrade and this hut is getting its upgrade as well. I'm actually going to demolish that one because I don't need that now that we've managed to get the house done. We've also unlocked the market, which is great. And then going back over here, the crematory will be researched. Once that's done, we've got a radiation, we've got a drought coming in. We're not connected to the power grid. Does this need power? Is that the problem? Yes, it needs power. Okay, but we can get 18 into that. And that will get 18 in as well, which isn't a great increase. But if we can get them with power, it will increase the confidence that they have. So power is the thing that we need to do. We should get some people now working in the electronics workshop, which means we're going to produce 5 copper cables per minute. Our copper supply is dropping a little bit, but rubber is looking okay for now. Pharmaceuticals are starting to drop a little bit. Let's go over to Medici. They're producing quite a bit now in terms of medicine, so that is good. But looking over in Crimson Canyon, we do still have 9 corpses that we need to deal with. So I think probably just getting a graveyard in for now is going to be a really good idea. So we'll stick our graveyard down here somewhere so that it's kind of not in the way, but also in the way. They're not happy for some reason. What's going on? Corpses on the roads. Yeah, we need to sort that. So that should now be sorted. They'll get rid of that. We need to get a confidence of 35%, but it's already going up, which is exactly what we wanted. Hopefully that will boost up very, very quickly. That's 6%. All of the corpses should now be cleared. So if we have a look here, yeah, I think that's better. So that should increase soon. And if we can get some, they want a campfire, I can do that. So we'll place a campfire in and we'll just put that here. Oh, we can't fit it there. What about here then? It's in range. That boosts the happiness. We've got the crematory. I don't know why I keep saying that in such a slow way. So we're going to build our crematorium where this graveyard is here. We can change that and put the crematory in here, which is larger and should deal with things a bit quicker. And when that's done, we'll demolish the graveyard. Unless, is this a requirement here? Pavilion, bathhouse, park, medical care. No. So we can actually get rid of that. And the crematory is now nearly built. They're happy with the campfire. How's the average happiness of the settlers looking? Good, right? Starting to creep up a little bit. So we've completed some jobs for them, which gives us a little bit of a boost. They still want the wish tree, which we've yet to unlock. And we need 25 iron for that. But I think we do have 25 iron over here, which is actually very good for us. What have we got? Yep, we can dump the iron in there. And then here we'll go to our research. We'll unlock the wishing tree, and that'll boost the happiness of our settlers again. Good. Right, so it's dark. We are looking at the minute. State of health is pretty good. They do want a wishing tree. They also want a statue, and I think the statue is in decorations. Oh, maybe not. Where's the statue then? Ah, that's the statue. So again, we'll research the statue and focus a little bit more on boosting the kind of social aspect of things. Yeah, they want a water tower, so that's probably our next step. We've got a cistern there. We can upgrade that to a water tower now, and that's good. 40 bricks we've got there, and we've got 18 bricks now currently being produced here. So let's put another couple of people working there. That does require coal, and we are starting to lose coal as well. So go into our coal mine. We better put in a few more people just to bring that coal supply back up. We've got 4 spaces for settlers here. We're going to upgrade another house, and now we are out of lead and out of glass, so that's something we now can't upgrade our population anymore. But over here, back here, once that research is done, we'll do the statue. Then we've got the hospital, we've got the pavilion that we've yet to do, and upgraded decontaminators and stuff. We can look into looking at other stuff. We've got the sand mine. What does that require? It does require a power supply, so probably the relay station is the next thing that we need to do. That's going to require copper cables and iron tools. How are we looking for our copper cable then? Do I need to change our electronics workshop? No, they're still producing copper cable, so there's no other option for that. If we scroll down, 76 copper cable we have currently. And if we, what do we need? What do we need for that? Let's have a quick look. The relay station, we need 100 copper cable, so that won't take us long at all. If we go into our trade menu here, you can see we can trade out something else. So I'm going to take a little bit of an even split here. We're going to take rubber gloves and activated carbon masks. I'm not too worried right now about the stocks of them. We'll go over to Rolph again, and we're going to trade with him to bring in some more copper. So if we can hook up Medici to the power grid to begin with, we are going to need to research that new vehicle though. So that is going to require, we have everything we need to do the Pioneer now, so that's good. Then we're going to need to look at what we need to actually do. We need to build an upgraded food depot as well. Over here, we're not trading for copper, are we? We're trading for iron tools. So we're going to trade in some more iron tools here. I'm going to drop you out. That's going to give us a lot of iron tools, so that's really, really good. We leave the trading post. We're going to go home and we're going to drop some off there. That research is done, so we're going to head back over. We're going to unlock our pioneer now. Great, and people are now happy. We do need to build an upgraded food depot. We've got toxic rain in 6 minutes, but you can see now the carbon masks and the rubber gloves are increasing quite nicely there as they are dropped off. We need to make sure we're not producing a lot right now. It does say that we're still able to make 4 per minute and 5 per minute there because our transport routes are taking up a little bit of it. That's quite a nice little feature. You know, our settlement is taking that amount of time to kind of produce, so we're still on a surplus. We're not at a deficit in terms of what we're producing, and once we get power to these settlements, things will get a lot better. That's good. Right, so we do need to drop off some iron tools here. We're going to drop all of this stack off, and then we're going to take the remaining 50 and we're going to head over to here, drop these ones off. They do still have the bricks, so we've got the upgraded water tower, which is going to start using charcoal, but we don't have a lot of charcoal, so we're going to need to drop some of that off as well. Which makes me wonder, should we go to our trade route here again and just edit this? But I don't think... Oh, the buggy can take an extra slot, so we're going to edit this transport route. We're going to take, again, some coal from... Maybe we don't want to take coal from here. But Medici is producing coal. So we're going to take some coal from Medici. We'll take 10 coal, and we'll drop that off there. Good stuff. Right, so that alters the transport route a little bit, but it still gives us quite a bit of stuff to do. And I'm quite happy with that as well. Good. Right, we're going to start getting coal coming into this smaller settlement. We've dropped off our iron tools there. And where's our food depot? Do we even have a food depot here? We do. Right, so we'll build our upgraded food depot there. That'll give us a boost to the coal, and also our food. We'll get a reward of food there as well. We do have contaminated resources. We've got toxic rain coming in, empty work area with this scrapyard. They have now completely removed those buildings, which means we're going to be able to add in some extras as well. So looking at our roads, we can now finish that road going up to there, and then another one here. And that is then going to allow us to expand our population if we want to. So up come the radiation levels, which is a little bit frustrating. It's not what I want to happen, but nothing we can do about that. It's not going to last for very long, and you can see people are relatively okay with how it's all gone. Now, we will need to adjust our trade routes soon enough, but we are almost done with unlocking our pioneer, so then we can build it hopefully once it's unlocked. Looking at what it needs, I think we might be alright. It does have 8 inventory slots, and this can erect certain buildings in the wasteland, including some of the buildings that we've just unlocked. So the likes of your connectors or your relay stations, which we can now research as well. That is very good. So we can get this relay station built, and then we can start working on power. So we can now build our pioneer, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to research the relay station now. Then if we are able to, yes, we can build the pioneer. And then we can go over to our biogas plant here, where there's some electricity being produced, and we can hopefully bring electricity to Medici, which will boost all of their production. You can see now that they are making quite a bit of medicine. The reeds are starting to drop a little. So where's our reed plantation? Can we upgrade that? We can't upgrade the swamp farm, so perhaps just building another swamp farm is a good idea. We've been given a monument to defense, which can be built once a large number of raiders in the wasteland have been defeated, but well, I can't actually do anything. I've got to destroy 10 hostile vehicles. I can't do that yet because I haven't actually built the bridge. But we at least have now been given a target, although I don't really want to do anything about it because right now my focus isn't on this. So that research is now complete as well. So I'm going to turn my attention to the recycling center, which needs 50 bricks. So if we go over here, we've got 6 bricks currently coming from Newtown, but we've got a little bit of a surplus of workers, so we can put a few more people working in the clay pit, and furthermore a few more working in the brickwork. So we're making 3 bricks per minute, 3 clay per minute. Let's see if we can pump that up a little bit further. That's going to give us 4 per minute, and that gives us 5. So we'll drop 1 out of the clay pit because we've got plenty of clay, I think. So if we just have a quick look, yeah, we've got 923 units of clay, so that's going to give us plenty of stuff to play around with. Looking over here, the Pathfinder is done with its work for the day, so that can come back out. And then we now have our Pioneer. Now our Pioneer can build power lines, and it can build a bunker, which is a defensive fortification that can be built on the wasteland. Interesting. So what does that actually do? Do I put people in it, and do they then shoot at raiders? Let's have a quick look. Let's go out into the wasteland a second and have a look at what we can do with this. What does it do? Missing resources. It needs lead, it needs iron, and I think that's scrap as well. But over here, we need to load up the resources into it to build the power line. So let's go back up here. What do we need to build a power line? We need 75 scrap, we need 5 iron, and 15 copper cables. So let's exchange some goods. Let's bring in the copper cabling that we need. I don't know if we're going to have a lot. Oh, actually, we've got quite a bit. So we'll take 50 copper cable. We'll take 50 scrap. Or 150 scrap. And 5 iron, I think that is. Right, so 5 iron. Where's the iron? There's the iron. Now we should be able to build this out in the wasteland. We can afford to build 2 power lines, it's telling us. Good. So our biogas plant is there. Medici is right there. So let's head on over here. See if we can build this power line. And what do we need for the relay station as well? Because it might be a good idea to see if we can get that done as well. So our relay station needs the ascent. And the ascent... there's an ascent right there. So we can, hopefully... we can build the relay station there. That'll save us a blueprint, which is good. Then we need 25 bricks, we need 5 transformers, 15 iron tools, and 150 copper cable. So over here we can exchange goods with our Pathfinder here. And what we needed was, let's just make sure that we're getting all of this done. 25 bricks, 15 iron tools. Now I think we should have the iron tools that we need there. So let's go down. We've only got 10 iron tools, but we'll buy 5 more. Bricks, we needed 25. So that's easy done. Then back again. Over to this side, where we're going to need, we've got 25 bricks, we need 5 transformers and 150 units of copper cable. So where is our copper cable? We don't have enough for that, but we'll take what we can. Then we want the 5 transformers, which we'll take up and drop off straight away. We're going to take all of this over there and drop it off. Yeah, 150 copper cables, so that's quite a lot. But this has now arrived, and if we can... yeah, we build that. That connects up. And is this now going to work? Our line is being constructed. There. It's now connected. Good. So our biogas plant is now generating electricity, sending it to that power line, which can then send it over to there via the connector. Great. Our Pioneer has begun work. Excellent. We can go back over here. Since we've had electricity, is there any way we could make sure that we never lose power again? That would make such a difference for us. Okay, so we're getting more tasks here. Produce 250,000 units of electricity. Well, that's something we can do. It's not like their lives have changed since they got power, because power, you know, we haven't yet got it. Looking over here, you can see we have still not quite got what we need, but our Pathfinder can dump all of this stuff. What does that give us? What do we need now? So we only need 5 more iron tools and 150 lots of copper cable. So we can head back down to our home settlement. How's our copper cable looking now? Still got 242 units of copper. We've got another 30 copper cable coming in there. What about our production then? Let's see. Can we put more people to work in the electronics workshop? Yes, we can. So we put 6 people working in there. That's going to produce 7 copper cables per minute. Then we're going to exchange some goods here. We want to take on, again, we want to bring any copper cable that we've got out. We're also going to take a little bit more of these. We'll just ditch all of that stuff. We'll go back over to Rolph and we'll sell to Rolph, buy some more iron tools. Then we can go and drop all of them off at Medici, and we will be further towards our goal of bringing power to this area of the zone. Looking at what we need though, we also need some electricity poles, which shouldn't take long to get put in place, but we also probably need something like, I don't know, electricity pole. We need a relay station, I would guess. Only buildings connected to the relay station via electricity poles can contribute, store, or consume. But that's right. Is that to connect stuff from the likes of your wind turbines? Will the electricity poles just... right, no. So we do need a relay station, I think. Though the area of effect for those relay stations is pretty small. I'm going to try and just put in some power, power poles first. And we'll see if that actually gives us what we need. So we'll get all of this stuff in. We'll take our iron tools. We'll give him a few back to bring that down to parity. We've still got like the best reputation possible with Rolph. You can see right here. We're going to do that. We can request new goods, but I don't really want to yet. Special offers is already there, so that's fine. We unlocked the brickworks ages ago. I'm going to leave it as it is because I'm quite happy with what Rolph offers. So we're going to head back up to Medici now via our home settlement, because they should have some more copper cable. Yes, 60 copper cable. And I think by the time our Pathfinder returns, it should be enough to build our relay station. So we're going to exchange these goods with the settlement. We're going to bring out more of the copper cables and another 50. And then we're going to have both of these head all the way over here. And this could be the start of something very, very good. If we can get power to every settlement now, the going into the new zone is going to be very easy. So looking at what we need, I think they should be arriving now. There it is. We're going to drop all of this stuff off, and then we can now build the connector. That's fantastic. Right, so that's now being built, and this should, once done, we can now build the electricity pole, but we need bricks. So again, we're going to head back down to the home settlement of Newtown. We're going to come back out here to Medici. You can see now that this is almost constructed, and it should, not a great time to be doing this because it's night time, but once this is done, you should see it connect up to that power line. There we go, it's connected, we've got power. So, it's able to receive electricity. It's not connected to the grid. It's not got any connected stuff there. But if we now build an electricity pole, that will hopefully connect. This is producing power. And then we can come back here. We'll exchange some goods with our settlement. We want to take some bricks. We've got 101 bricks now. So we're going to take 50 units of brick. We're going to head back over here. And hopefully, this is the start of something beautiful. This drought is going to last 10 minutes. We are going to need to be very careful with the stuff that's going on here. Got a lot of contamination in the water there. What's going on? We don't have any coal there. They do have a coal mine. Maybe we need to pull the trigger on that now and build it. Let's do it. Because they are getting coal, I would imagine, from Medici because they've got loads. And is that the buggy that's going off there? No, it's not. Maybe then we need to go into our transport routes and just make sure that if we edit this, they are loading. Ah, wait, that's set wrong. That's the problem. We just want them to unload. So we're going to have them go up to 15 now. And we're going to set that as 15 as well. Good. Right. That was a really bad mistake actually to make. That's done. Then we can build, hopefully, our electricity pole, which should now get electricity there. Is this going to work? Are we now going to have power? Now it's been built and they are Connected. Yes, it's connected. That's producing power, I think. This is not connected. So can I now connect it up like that? I think that's the problem. It's not in range there. So if we connect this up, that's missing resources. Now what is it missing? Copper cable. Right. These guys have got copper cable. I didn't really want to get rid of the copper cable from here, but we will do. They will have to go back and do more, but that's fine. We can do that. Let's get this built. Got some damaged buildings from a dust storm. How are we looking over here? Right, they're fine. They've got plenty of water, so that's good. And they now have 16 coal, so we don't actually need to produce anything in this coal mine yet. The other settlements are able to look after it. But damaged buildings here, we've got some damaged houses. We've got the sandstorm still raging on there. Have they managed to build that? And do we now have power connected, or do we actually need this relay station? It's connected to another electricity pole. It's not connected to a relay station. So we do need to place a relay station. Right. So our relay station can go here, I guess. So if we connect this to a relay station, this should now receive power, you would think. So the relay station is the hub of the power grid. Only producers and consumers who are connected to the relay station via electricity poles can provide or consume electricity. Right, so that works like that. The stored electricity is the most important indicator for a functioning power grid. Full electricity reserves and increasing electricity production guarantee a stable supply to all buildings receiving electricity. So once this is built, we need 50 bricks, we need 25 iron, 10 transformers and 100 copper cables. We've got a sickness over there that we're going to have to deal with. What have these guys got? They don't have what we need. So let's head back. 13 sick people there. They don't have a pharmacy yet. They're not very happy though. Due to that sickness. It might well be that pharmacy is what we need, and that's a bit frustrating because we've still got 115 units there. They've got 4 down there, so it looks like our our turnover is a little bit low there, so we're going to adjust our transport route a second. Just going to go into here and edit this. We want to change that load to, let's change it to 10. And we'll change the unload to 10 as well. Done. Right, hopefully that'll sort out the issues in Newtown, but we do need to take a look again at Medici. So let's take on 50 units of bricks. I think that's what we needed. We needed some copper cable. We've got loads of copper cable now, so that's good. We'll take all of it, or most of it. And then we also needed transformers. Transformers are produced in the electronics workshop. So if we go over to our electronics workshop here, we can change it to produce transformers. That's right. But transformers require copper and iron. So I'm not going to produce them until I need them, because I can also buy them from Rusty Rolph. Going back over to Medici then, we're going to have a look at what else we need. 100 copper cable, which we have. Bricks, iron. We need 25 units of iron, and we need 10 transformers. So let's just make sure we have that. We've got the 10 transformers. What about our iron? Because we needed quite a bit of that as well, didn't we? Don't see any iron. Yeah, we haven't got any. So again, we're going to load in. We'll load in some masks and we'll load in some gloves. In fact, let's just load in all gloves today. Then we'll head down to Rusty Rolph, do this trade, and hopefully that will be the start of something very, very good. I've said that several times already, but I think I mean it this time. How's that sickness looking? 2 sick people. Looking okay. I think we'll recover from that quite well. Good. Right, over here, we're going to drop off these gloves. We're going to take the iron. We're not going to get a great deal of iron, actually, by the looks of things. Might not even get the 25 that we need here. Oh, we get 26. Good. We can leave the trading post and we can head back over there. And hopefully this will be the building of our relay station. So I reckon we need the relay station to take power from this connector here, have that relay station in, and then it will link up to the electricity poles as long as this works. And I think that will be everything I need. We've got stuff coming in. We're still making enough medicine. We're going to drop all of this off. That's good. And then what do we need? 10 transformers. But I've got 10 transformers because I've just put 10 in there. 9? Why only 9? What have you used one for? You fools. How have I lost a transformer? How very strange. Right, let's head back and get some more transformers. That was a bit of a dud, wasn't it? Right, okay, looking over here, you can see we've got some huts that still don't have the power that they need. And let's have a look at our research, because we've not done any of that for a while. The recycling center we can now do. That is big. So we can now build a recycling center in Medici to get the scrapyard back up and running. Now, the recycling center is interesting because it works better when there's a dust storm. So with that sort of thing coming in thick and fast whenever there's a drought, you can actually recover from them very nicely. Contaminated resource becoming a thing again, and there we go. Ruins all over the wasteland. Another quest to get some monuments. If we restore all the resource mines, we will get... These monuments are pretty good, actually. One of them increases confidence. This one reduces the consumption of things by 50%. This one boosts confidence. So that's really, really good. Good. Excellent. Right. Okay, so we can now swap over some goods. I'm going to just pool in a load more transformers. There we go. Then we're going to head back out to Medici and finish this off. It's been a slightly longer episode to make up for last week's slightly shorter episode, and I'm very, very happy with how this one's gone. We've made some really big strides and come forward really well. So that's been really, really good. And we should, our Pathfinder has just arrived again. I'm going to drop off those transformers, and we are finally going to build the relay station. And hopefully that is going to show you that we're going to now have power to this settlement. We're waiting for master builders to arrive. There's one coming in now, and another one, and another one. Now looking over here, we've got the fisheries here can be powered, I think. Yes, the fisheries can be powered. Once they are supplied with electricity, you should see this little bonus light up, and it boosts by 20%. Hopefully, if I've done this right. We've also unlocked the recycler there, whatever that was called. Right, there we go. So electricity is coming in. We're making 949 electricity per minute. The biogas plant is producing like mad. 1020 per minute that produces. Then it comes over here where we're starting to build up a storage level of electricity. And that is then distributed around here. We get a 20% boost to that, producing 90 food per minute, 13 paper per minute, 90 of them per minute. Where's the pharmaceutical lab? Not there. It's over here, isn't it? There it is. So that's currently producing 9 per minute. Let's see. Is this going to give it the... Is it in range? Is this going to connect? We need it there to connect. That works. Once that's built, that will bring power to the pharmaceutical laboratory. Currently producing 9 per minute. That one is now built, so what does that go up to? 10 per minute. Doesn't give us a great boost, but... Okay, so efficiency due to resource production. That's pretty good, really. So if we got educated workers from generalists and society, that would produce even further. But for now, I mean, we could build a second pharmaceutical laboratory, really. We can connect that up. We can connect again here. And we can connect again here. And then we'll pull it through to here. I think it's only these 2 buildings now. So maybe we need to go through here. Will these connections work to transfer? So will they transfer between the buildings? Is that going to work? We're going to try it anyway, because it looks like we're still waiting for connections there. That one is built. Doesn't have a connection. Right, so one more. Should now connect these up. So if we now go to our electricity analysis, you can see here, something doesn't have a connection there. I think it's that power pole. Yes, it is. We'll demolish that and we'll see if we can build another one. That one's out of range. Over here, that's it. That's going to get it in range. Has that now been built? Still waiting for a builder to come over. But everything here is now connected up. Once this goes in, that should be connected. Yes. So our coal production boosts massively. Everything here is now powered. What's this looking like? We're still turning over an extra 741 per minute. And Medici is now fully powered. That is fantastic. So, we have power to one of our settlements. It's going to boost our production really well. It's been a great episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.